Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year's. I just made my video log for yesterday, just doing a quick recap, no daily thought or anything too special. But yeah, today's been really fun. Uh, was drinking last night, so I didn't get a chance to make a morning video log. I was kind of up and down around bed because of drinking, and then I had a spicy Chipotle bowl, so I was like suffering, like lordy lordy. It was not fun. But this morning was actually really cool. I went downstairs and my mom, probably like 11-ish, my mom was prepping a lasagna. She was like, we're gonna make sheet pan lasagna, and she'd like seen a YouTube video on it and just I was inspired to cook. So I was like, dude, let's do it. Like that sounds busted. She had all the ingredients for it. We were just messing around. Uh, well, we hadn't even started yet. She was like prepping to make it or whatever. And then my older brother showed up. My oldest brother, Cade, he's from Washington, so he's like rarely in town. And he was out drinking with our cousin Zane last night for New Year's Eve. And I was just like, dude, what? Him and Carissa showed up, and I was like, bro, what the? So we sat there and talked. They were a little hungover, but it was nice to see them. And then as he's sitting on the couch, I'm sitting on my mom's chair, and we're talking. I look into the kitchen, and my mom is like cleaning out the pan. I'm like, you're already done? And she was like, no, I burnt the garlic. I was like, okay. So we talked a little more, and then she burns the garlic again, or no. I was like, oh, here, let me help you. Like, yeah, that pan, it's a stainless steel pan. We don't really cook with stainless steel. I was like, yeah, let me make sure it's good. Like, I'll help you out. And we burnt the garlic again, and she was like, we're done with garlic. And I was like, no, mom, just saute it on low for a little. Like, it's fine. We'll get there. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. She's like fighting me to not put garlic in the pan. And I was just like, mom, chill out. We're not going to burn it. It's okay. It's just garlic, right? So we ended up figuring it out. It was actually like really good sheet pan lasagna. And no, Kate was telling us stories from last night for their New Year's Eve. And as we were just making lasagna, and I was like, dang, bro, like living in your late 20s is wild. Or it sounds wild to me, at least. But yeah, good to see them. Good to see those guys. And then so we made our sheet pan lasagna, and it was fantastic. Like way better than I thought it was gonna be. Like blew me out of the water. Really, really good. And so yeah, no, it was really, really nice. And then what did we do after that? Anna and I watched an episode of The Originals and an episode of Vampire Diaries. And then she was like, hey, you want to go drop me off at Daniels? So she went over to Daniels and hang out. And then I played some video games and I was just chilling. And then my buddy Sam texted me and was like, hey man, can I call you? And I was like, sure dog, let me finish this game real quick. So I finished the game and we had like an hour and a half conversation. And I was like still kind of playing video games during the conversation, but it was like really good to talk to him. And we just talked about life, like relationships, the state of the world, like Red 40, how we feel about things, like how society is. I recommended him a YouTube channel about like consciousness and everything. And we were talking about his New Year's Eve. He went to like some 12-hour rave, and it was just like, dude, good to hear from you, man. Like, good to hear from you. Like, I really need to check in my friends. Check in on my friends. Like, I'm so hesitant to call people for some reason. Like, it's just not normal in my generation, but I really miss all my friends. And I think that's normal for a 20-year-old, but like, we're all leveling up in our own ways, and we all have different paths in front of us. So it's hard for us to like come together and be like, let's do this together. Like, we're just not all there yet in different ways, right? I don't know, man. I'm excited for the future. It's really, really nice. This new year, I'm definitely not making New Year's resolutions. I don't really care for New Year's resolutions. I want to try and do like I guess like how do I say, experiment with different lifestyle choices every month. So like this month for January, I'm not gonna eat out at all. Like I'm only gonna cook from home, and I'm gonna like save money on eating out. And I'm really curious to see how it's going to affect the budget, right? And then we also got to figure out taxes for our business and everything, which will be a fun one for sure. And then what else is there? We got to get our car fixed this week, and I ordered the car parts. Hopefully they're here before Sunday, so we can actually put them in the car and get it fixed. That'll be a fun 4 hours. Use my mom's car till then. Hopefully it all works out. Then I'm really excited to not eat out. Like I think I'll feel a lot better about myself, And who knows, it might stick. Like, it really might. And then Ventura's doing a boot camp starting tomorrow that literally like aligns perfectly with my work schedule. So it's like I work tomorrow evening, they're doing it tomorrow evening. Then they're doing it Friday evening, I work Friday evening. Then they're doing it Saturday morning, I work Saturday morning and Saturday evening. So I'm like, I won't be able to show up to any of this, bro. And it's like, this is the stuff I've been looking for. And so I'm like, right when I get those recordings, I'm there, dude. Like, I'm watching all these all the way through. I'm seeing what it's like to be in the process. And I just really want to start making money in business, right? But I want to be prepared enough that I succeed. And I know, like, it's okay to mess up your first 5, 10, 10 times. You have to become good at something. But I want to be as good as possible as fast as possible. And I know, like, I was just talking with Sam about how, like, setting high standards for myself really keeps me out of a lot of things. Like, if I'm not good at something baseline, it's hard for me to be interested in it. When it takes 10 to 15 tries at something to even be considered okay at it, right? But I just have such high expectations for myself. And, yeah, I was just talking to Sam about a lot of deep things, and he was like, dude, I think you'll make a really good president. And I was just like, dude, like, that means a lot for coming from you because, like, we met when we were 8, bro. Like, we were 8 years old when we met, and then we stopped talking when we were 10, and we just now like reconnected. And so to hear that he believes in me based on the person who I am now and who I was then, and the difference between them, I'm like, bro, like, I really have something here. I really have something here, and I'm part of the reason that I'm able to make these video logs so consistently is because I have people like that believing in me. And I'm just like, dude, I can't mess this up. Like, I have one shot. And like, if YouTube doesn't work out and YouTube ends up crashing and failing, whatever, I can go to something else. But I only have my life. I only have one shot in this life, and I really, really don't want to waste it. And I think that's the daily thought for the new year: is I don't want to throw away my shot. And I think that is a pitfall that a lot of young 20-year-olds fall into, is they don't see the shot that they have, and they can really, really throw it away. And not necessarily not necessarily waste it entirely because you can still pick it back up in your 30s and 40s, but you'll spend part of your 30s and 40s going, dude, I wish I was doing this in my 20s. And I don't want to be that person. I want to be that person who's in my 30s and 40s going, I'm so goddamn thankful that I started in my 20s. Because as I am right now in my 20s, I'm sitting here going, why didn't I start working out when I was 15? Why didn't I start being social when I was 15? But it doesn't matter what I did then. It matters what I do right now. And I don't want to throw away that shot. So that's what I'll leave you all with for the new year. Happy New Year's, everybody. Let's get this bread.